Hey guys, what's going on? I said I was going to do a video on the tools, so I'm here. I'm actually here with my brother because as I was making the video the first time, I was just blazing through all the information, and I thought maybe I should get an outsider's point of view so that he can ask questions or at least slow me down a little bit and explain what it is that I'm doing. So we're just going to start here on cup holder. We're going to go over Jungle Scout first. This is not the pro version, but it is the paid version. So if you just want to open up Jungle Scout for me.
So just click on the extension.
And then it normally populates. Everybody looks at this a little bit differently. I'm not going to tell you what passes and what doesn't pass. Ryan's 5-step test now, looking at the top 10, is what I suggest everybody start with. I just want to show you other things that the tool is capable of doing. So I'm not going to click on it, but if you go up to the 3 bars on the left, you can sort the columns and do different things if you have the pro version. I don't want to click on it because it has an email address in there, but that is something you can go in and start messing with to see the columns and how the information aggregates. I know with the pro version, it'll pull the sponsored ads, and you have to actually go in there and take that off if you don't want to see the sponsored ads with the pro version.
So you can like hide like reviews if you're not looking at reviews, you're saying?
No, like see these 2 sponsored ads down here? With the pro version, it'll actually show up as like 1 and 2.
Oh, I gotcha.
And it'll say sponsored ad. It'll have like a little SP next to it. And normally when you're running that, you don't want to pay too much attention to the sponsored ads because those change all the time.
Right.
Could be 1, could be 2, but you want to see the top 10 without the sponsored ads.
Gotcha.
So then next, something that I don't think a lot of people know is the SoundCloud, the word cloud. If you click on that, it'll actually show a ton more keywords. So if you want to do additional searches or you want to make a skeleton listing or just pull additional keywords, that is a good place to just start. I wouldn't say you can build a winning strategy around these, but this is a good place to definitely start and look for other keywords. So normally I download it because sometimes it doesn't show all the keywords. If you want to just pull that up.
So just click download and then open it up here. You said you sort it by...
Yeah, normally sort it by count. So cup, holder, black, drink, car. Those are just the ones that I would start with as I work my way down. Anything that's not pertinent to what product you're trying to find, I would definitely take it out. But I just want to show you guys that because I don't think a lot of people are using that feature.
Sweet.
So another big feature that I don't think anybody really uses is if you close that, down at the bottom, it'll actually take you to Google Trends. And then this is another place where you can pull additional search terms to do further research. Again, you can see if it's something that's what we call evergreen or if it's something that's trendy for just like the holiday season. But this is kind of what we like to see. We like to see something that's almost a steady line that goes up and down, nothing that pins to 0 and then shoots up to 100. And their way of numbering things is real odd. They don't really tell you what those numbers mean. They just mean that there's an amount of searches. Do you have a little more insight into that?
I don't. That's my understanding of it as well. Like when it says 76, that's not 76,000 or anything. It's just the way they're ranking it. That's the 76 number. And then when it goes up, it goes to 78. But I don't think they give any like solid numbers behind like how many people are researching it.
Yeah, and it doesn't always go to 100 either. So it's not like December it's 100 and then the rest of the year it's lower. I mean, this one does, but sometimes they don't even go to 100. So it's not even versus that word, if that makes sense.
They like to hide exact information, but this is a good indicator if people are looking at this. This is actually a really good line. So that's up.
Yeah, that's how we use it, is just to see if this is a trend or something that's going to be evergreen.
Right.
And then we can see where most people are searching for this word, United States, United Kingdom. And then right under that is like related topics. So additional possible uses is where I look here. So kayak cup holders is maybe I was looking for car cup holders and I just won't pass because it's way too competitive. Kayak cup holders is another way to do it. Drawer, other just different ways to use it or search. Same thing with the related queries. Those are other ideas. So if you're stuck somewhere and you're like, man, I just can't make this pass because it's too competitive as a whatever car cup holder, here's other ways to use it in other places that might be worth trying that product.
Right.
And then you can download the data to the right of that and then sort it however you want. Also, you can extract more pages if you want to pull more additional information.
So you'd scroll down and see if there's more pages, right?
Yeah, normally up at the top where it says results, if there's any more than 34 or 36, I can't remember now how many pages per results. But
whoops,
that'll pretty much tell you if there's more pages or not. But yes, you can scroll down to the bottom and pull more information.
Gotcha.
If you want to close this out, and then we'll do Scope. So Scope, we have the paid version of Scope. I cannot remember if they give you keywords with the free version. I believe they give you 3, but I could be mistaken. So Scope I use for both just the initial research and if I'm trying to pull up more information on an actual listing. So first we'll start with this. It's almost the same as Jungle Scout. You can see the top 10. You can sort the information. You can read that any way that you want. But on the left, Scope gives everything a score. That again, when you do more research, it's just a number to pay attention to. You'll get comfortable with a score, and then you can start looking for it there. Also, the search volume. Out of all of the tools, I would say Scope's search volume, to me, is the least useful because it's kind of all over the place. And it changes extremely rapidly. So I don't know what they're using as far as their algorithm back behind the scenes, but I would say that don't rely on that search volume. The same thing with their estimated bids. That's something that I think changes so much that it's not useful. I mean, other people might think differently. I don't use either one of those really. And then number of results should be the same as the page. Also, you can download this report. You can open up their web app if you have the paid version, and then support and frequently asked questions. And then up the top, same as Jungle Scout, you have the average price, the average rank, the average sales, the average reviews, and the average revenue. Then this might be tricky if you don't have the paid version, so I apologize. I don't remember if it's on the free version or not, but you can hit keywords. Then this will help you with additional places to search for that product. They give it a relevancy score. That, again, is sometimes helpful. And then the search volume, again, the average cost per click, and the results that they're going to say on the page, which is pretty helpful. So if you want to find a place that there's not a ton of competition, that's a quick way to look at other search terms and then see what the results might be on those pages. So this one looks way off. So Hydro Flask, that one has over 1 million searches and only 125 results. I would open that up because that seems very interesting to me. I wonder if it's the name of the product. Interesting. Okay. It just seemed way skewed, so I just wanted to check that out.
Yeah, it looks like a brand driven.
So open back up Scope just for a second and go back to keywords.
No, I'll go back.
You can, I was just going to show you that you can download the results separately than the keywords. So if you have the keywords tab open and you hit download, you just download the keyword information. You wouldn't download all the information. You're back.
So one of these, like Jungle Scout versus Scope, is one of these better than the other, or why use two, or why are you looking at both of these?
I was going to go to the actual listing and show you. So I normally use whichever one is working the best that day, because sometimes Jungle Scout is just lightning fast, and then other times it's extremely slow. And the same thing for Scope. Sometimes Scope will just pull up everything, a drop of a dime, and sometimes it just takes forever to load. Scope, if you want to open up a lot of pages, will stay open, so you don't have to continuously hit it like Jungle Scout. But again, I have a macro, so I just hit 2 buttons on my key, and it pulls up the Jungle Scout if I'm on that page. But Scope does something that Jungle Scout doesn't do, which is if you go to an actual listing, Scope will stay open, and it'll pull up additional keyword information. And it'll break down like what says item summary. So it has the ASIN, it has the category, it has the rank, the review count. Well, you can read all that information. You don't have to read all that off. And then you can kind of play with the calculator. Say they're selling for $4, and I can source this for, I mean, you can have to source it for like 10 cents or free to make any money with this. But that is something that Scope allows you to do that Jungle Scout does not. And also, all these additional keywords is something that Jungle Scout does not do per the page. And I believe you can do this with the free version. You only get 3 suggested, if I'm remembering that correctly. And again, you can download this into a CSV file. History is more for when you are tracking the item. You can hit it, but it's not going to show anything. Yeah. If you're tracking the item and you hit history, it'll show additional information. So I just wanted to show you those, the tools and kind of like the different parts of the tools. Hopefully that helps anybody that is just quickly using the tools and not really digging deep into it and maybe getting stuck. This might be a way to get you over that hump. Any additional questions, or did I do that good enough, slow enough?
Yep, seems clear to me.
All right, thanks, guys.